This is Ctrl Alt WoW. We're on iTunes, and you can find us at ctrlaltwow.blogspot.com. Please look for us, and we are a virtual reality podcast. Thank you for joining me in my virtual reality. If you haven't tried virtual reality, try it soon. Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW. This is a podcast that I have been doing for many years. I started it doing World of Warcraft, you know that, but now we're focusing on my interests, which is virtual reality. I have been doing virtual reality since 2017. I actually can no longer do flat screen games because I love being immersed in the gameplay and doing the actual moving of my body while in the game. So this is Ctrl Alt WoW. This is episode 812 entitled It Is What It Is. I'm AprilPvd and we're going to talk about a few things today. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to start off with talking about Zenith. I love Zenith. I've been playing it since day one. It was, for me, the MMORPG I needed in virtual reality. Like I said, I can no longer play flat screen games because I can't sit and press a keyboard. Now, part of the problem for me, and I've talked about this on other episodes, had to do with, I don't know, maybe getting old and not being able to visualize things the way I used to as a, I don't want to say younger, but when I looked at the computer screen and maybe it was VR that did it, but once I started looking at the computer screen, I felt like I wasn't seeing enough of the game to actually be playing. And now when I'm in VR, I'm actually in an I'm in an environment that's just as real as the environment of my home or the environment of any other place that in real life. And instead of feeling like I'm just looking through a screen, I'm actually in the place. And I really feel like Zenith did the best job ever of letting you feel like you're in the game and you're playing the game. I'm not going to go into all the reasons why I'll put a link in the show notes to the video that the developers of Zenith, it's a company called Ramen VR, and what they stated as their reasons for shutting it down. Now, it's not shutting down completely, and I want to put that out there. I always feel like this playing that clip from Monty Python's was it the Holy Grail, where the guy says, "Bring out your dead," and he's bringing out his grandfather, and his grandfather says, "I'm not dead yet." Zenith is not dead yet, and it's still fun. It's still a viable game. I play it every day, and I get out of it what I want out of a game. And I know what the problem was with some people, that they wanted the complete, like, World of Warcraft MMORPG experience. Well, ironically, I did not want that because I felt like it was too much. There was so much you had to do. When I played World of Warcraft, you had to focus on your one character. You had to know that character, and you had to grind for the right piece of gear. And it was and due to the WowPedia, it was like a list of things that you needed to do, and to me it was just not fun. I sometimes selected gear just because I liked the way it looked, and I would have someone come up to me and inspect me and say, "Why are you wearing that? That's not a why are you carrying that staff? That's not a hunter's staff." I'm like, I like it because it's cool. I like the way it looks. So I think if some people wanted that experience from VR, first of all, you're not going to get it because VR is right now, it's still in its infancy. Even though I've been playing it for 7 years, it still has a lot of growth to go through. And there's a lot to making a VR game because it's not just the pixels you're looking on the screen, it's everything around you. And I am amazed at what Ramen VR did with what they had. And I feel like the land of Zenith is real to me. The physics are good, the dynamics, the interaction with the fighting dynamics are amazing. They did a great job in showing you really how it feels to fight and how, when I am using my swords, I feel like I'm actually fighting with my swords rather than just pushing buttons. When I'm doing my arrow, I feel like I'm actually fighting. And I love the game. I love the dynamics. Now, of course, I've talked about this in other podcasts and other videos. A lot of the problem with a lot of games today is, and this is even more prevalent in VR, is that you have two types of players. You have the players who can spend all day long playing. Maybe they're retired like me, or maybe they just have a lot of free time, and they will spend a lot of time getting their stuff up, doing everything, sometimes rushing through the content, and then they get bored, or they're at the top of the leaderboards. That happened a lot in Population 1. I ended up in Population 1 dropping out because I just could not compete with the people who had all day to learn all the secrets and learn all and practice the skills and stuff. And I was always going to be behind. And this was when I was working. And so then you have the second group. Actually, I consider 3 groups, but I'm going to just go with 2 groups. The second group is divided into 2 groups. You have the casual person that can play 3 or 4 hours, 2 or 3 hours a day, and maybe gets to play 8 hours on the weekend. And, then they come in and they want, they can get the stuff done. They can go through the grind. They can get everything done. And then, of course, you have the family people, the people who, have kids and they have spouses, and they come in and they only have 1 hour after they get the kids to bed and do whatever they have to do around the house. They have an hour to play, and then they have maybe a couple of hours on the weekends if they're lucky. And they are going to be the ones that are going to not get through the content, not have enough time, and not have the ability to just go in and get into dungeons and do things. And I think this is what happened with Zenith, is that those 3 groups, their needs could not be met. And of course, some people were frustrated that there wasn't a lot of content, but I have found that I'm still doing content. I'm still leveling. I'm still doing things. And I did the same thing I did in World of Warcraft. I started over with another character. And I know a lot of people don't want to do that, but I think that is an inherent part of MMORPGs, is that you level one character, you get it to max, but while you're doing that, you're learning, and you will miss things, you'll make mistakes, you'll rush through certain things, and you'll miss out on other things. I have a almost high level, almost maxed Blade Master and Ninja, But I started over with a new ninja and a new blade master. Well, I did it at first because I wanted to get the new cosmetics. But then I decided that I just liked playing through the content again. And what is a game? What is a game if it's not playing through the content? When I played Doom in the old days, when I played Quake, when I played Halo or Portal, I sometimes went all the way to the end and then, oh, that was fun. Let me see if I can do it again, knowing what I know now and enjoying it. And I think that people get carried away with the need to have constant shiny. Something new, something always that just gets you going and makes it so that you can get that dopamine fix or that serotonin burst. And sometimes you just need to stop and smell the roses. and I think there is more than enough content in Zenith if you can stop and enjoy it. One of the things that people were complaining about was getting on and finding empty servers. And we're going to talk about that because one aspect of MMORPGs will always be the social part and social engineering, which means that you're not just gonna, it's not like Population 1. Well, I don't know, I haven't been in Population 1 lately, and even that game I noticed there was a drop off when I started playing of people showing up on server. When I stopped playing, there was a drop off. The same thing happened with World of Warcraft. Back in the day, there were millions and millions of people on, and then it went down to like 5. I don't know what it is now, but every game has that, you know, rise and fall. Of course, it's a higher. Well, the player base for games in VR is tricky. I was watching a YouTuber earlier today, and I'm gonna see if I can I'll mention him, and I'll put a link in the show notes. He was saying, what's his name? Oh, where is it? I just had it. Oh. Gaming Ground. Oops, shoot. Gaming Ground, and he was talking about the state of VR, and he made some very valid points about things about VR that are more difficult than when you're playing a flat screen game. And one of the things was the area. You have to have a big enough area, although some people do play sitting down and in a smaller place, and you have to find comfort. Right now, this headset that I'm playing with, the Bobo VR, I'm playing on with my Quest 3, as you can see in the back behind me. This is the most comfortable headset I have ever played on, and I've played with the Rift, I've played with the PlayStation, the original PlayStation VR, and I've played with the Quest 1 and the Quest 2, which, you know, is interesting because this is my Quest 2, and I put it on the other day, and I was not comfortable in it because I had gotten so used to being comfortable with this one, and I don't know what the difference was. I finally made some adjustments and made it more comfortable. But if you don't have the time to finagle these things, to make the space right, to buy the right headset. When I responded to Gaming Ground, I said he was complaining about the original headset and the fact that he felt like they should include a comfortable headset with the Quest. And I pointed out it's a lot like your Apple phone, your iPhone, in which you buy the phone, and then you customize everything else. So you start with the basic headset, and they include the strap, but they know that you're not going to keep that strap. You're going to change it to something else that suits you. Of course, if, as Gaming Ground was suggested, that they include a comfortable head strap. And what I wanted to say to him, what I did say to him, is that would add to the cost. Plus, everybody is different. You talk to one person and they like this particular head strap, and you talk to another person and they are not as in love with the Bobo as I am. And I love the Bobo because it has the battery pack, and I have like 4 of these that I can put on, when I can swap in and out, so I never run out of battery. I can actually play 8 hours or more. And yeah, so the entry into VR is already difficult, and then you add the time. I have a mailman who has a VR headset, and I actually sold him one of my other Quest 2s. I sold it to him for $50, even though it was worth more than that, but I wanted him to have it. And he says sometimes when he's ready to play, he will go to pick it up and put it on and find that one of his kids has been playing it, and it's dead. So that's a whole nother thing. If you have spent all this time, trying to play or trying to figure out when the time it is to play, and then you go to pick up your headset and it's dead, that would just drive me crazy. When I was working, I had a headset that I kept in my locker that I would use to play on my lunch hour. And one of the things I used to do when I came into work every day was go and plug that in on a charger just in case something happened overnight, and it went dead, because it's a whole thing that you have to do just to play VR. And Gaming Ground made a very valid point. You can just open up your laptop any day, plug it in, and then play, or open up your computer, plug it in and play. Go plug your Xbox in and play, and you don't have the same restrictions or problems that you would have with VR. I imagine in another, well, we've already come so far. When I had to put my base stations up to play on my Rift, and I had the long cord that I had to constantly, I replaced my cord on my Rift 3 times, because as I was jumping around playing in the game, shooting somebody, running around, my cord would get twisted and it would get a kink, and the kink would short out the power. So we've come a long way in the last 7 years. The next 7 years is going to be a bigger leap, thanks to a lot of more interest in VR. And so I want to go into my next point about VR, and that is the differences between, and I'm going to take a break because I have to change videos, and I'm going to get better at this. Maybe when I would do next time is just make one video, and so I'm going to remove this one. Shoot, did I hit the wrong button? I did. I hit the wrong button. Remove this one, and I'm going to add another video because I want to show what I have been doing, and one of the things that I like and I love about VR. So what I do is I go out into different areas. in my town, and I use a camera, as InstaFlow 360, to make these videos that are 360 degrees. And these, well, first I make these, I do make videos, but I also make images, and I use those for my environment in my Quest 3 headset. So I take these pictures, and I like it because you can have the actual environment that comes with the actual outside picture that comes with each environment. But I like to add my own pictures to make it more personal. And because I feel like the technology is going to change.
VR for me is some
and we are going to eventually have the ability to have these 360-degree pictures in a more easier format rather than putting the headset on your head to see them. So right now I'm looking at the different pictures that I have taken. I went out to the train station in Providence because AprilPvd got its name from the Providence train station. I got my name from the Providence train station because PVD is the city code for Providence, Rhode Island. So I'm looking. I picked a certain environment. I think I have the ski chalet, as you can see the snow around the outside. And then these are the pictures that I made, and I'm cycling through the different pictures that I created, and it's kind of interesting. The biggest thing is that when I take the pictures, I don't know what they're going to look like when I'm inside the environment, inside the Quest headset. So it's sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes it works out perfectly. Like I could have been a little bit lower with the camera on this one, but I wanted to get the station in the background. And it's a comforting and fun thing for me to have these images in my headset.
The foreground.
Has anybody else been trying to do this or have any interest in making these kind of adjustments, or do you all just use your default images?
That's all I do.
So I think, and the other thing I do while I'm down here is I use a Insta 360 1X3, I think it is. Play VR, you really need a big space, and I actually got rid of my couch because I never had company, and I'm like, it was taking up so much room. So I think now I fixed it. I'm feeling more of a normal height instead of feeling a little bit short. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is I wanted to show you, and this is I am using the Quest Game Optimizer, which is, I haven't really done any comparison, but I do feel like it does something that makes it a little bit, makes things a little bit brighter. But the main thing I use it for is I do spend some time making spatial videos, and you can change the settings on your headset to make spatial videos. I wish I could show them to you, but it wouldn't work. Okay, so here I am looking at the 360-degree photo videos I made earlier. Now, I don't know if you can actually understand what I'm doing here, but this is one of the things that is going to make VR amazing. I'm looking at a video on my Quest headset that is 360 degrees around. So the video's moving, and I can see all around me. And I know that Apple has made spatial videos the thing, but I can see everything around me. I can see all of Providence. I am in that spot again, and this is going to be another memory that is going to be amazing. I think about the videos they were showing on Minority Report, where he's watching the kid and it looks like the kid is in front of him in a kind of holographic thing. This is even more incredible because when we downsize the equipment that it takes, instead of wearing the headset like I'm wearing in this, I'll be wearing either having some visor, or the video will be on my wall or all over around me while I'm sitting here. And one of the reasons why I'm doing all of this, making content, putting stuff on the internet, I want to preserve my memory for my future. So this is I have the 360-degree camera mounted on the stroller that I have for my dog. My dog is older. She's almost 10, and I've been walking a lot. Today I probably walked about 4 miles, and I have found that if I was walking with her and not having the ability to put her sometimes in the stroller, she was getting worn out. She couldn't even walk up the stairs when we got home. So, but the stroller also works as I have a GoPro adapter kind of thing on the stroller that I can put the camera on. So now I am walking around the train station, and I have a 300, I wish you could really understand, but I can look all around me in this video. And as you can see me right here, right here, that I am moving around, looking around at everything. So I am inside that video. I'll put a link down below for all the equipment that I use. And the craziest thing is this is a 4K camera. Right after I bought the 4K camera, they came out with the 8K camera, and I'm holding back because I want the 16K camera if they make it. But I am watching myself on this video. I'm looking at what I'm doing, but I can turn around and see what everything else is around me. I am totally immersed in this video, and it is the future. It is if you have kids, I would recommend that you get a 360-degree camera, because you're going to be able to pull this up when they get older and see all of the things that I'm seeing. See how, I keep pointing the wrong way, right here, this chick here, this is me inside my Quest, looking at around the video. I'm seeing that side of it. I can look around and see me. I can look down and see what my dog is doing. I think you're seeing the side of the carriage or the stroller. I think I'm playing Pokemon over there, so I'm looking at myself playing Pokemon, but I can look around and see everything around me. So I wanted to share that with you. And that's a thing that I've been doing. I do every, maybe 3 or 4 times a week when I go out on my little excursions and get my exercise, because I'm trying to prepare this body. I love that. I had that scarf. I'm so mad that I don't have it anymore. I had that scarf like years ago.
People are wearing masks again because COVID.
So, okay, now we're going to go a little bit further in this video, because I want to show you what else I've been doing. So I have logged into my other game, and the VR world is constantly changing and evolving, and this game for me is what I really thought virtual reality would be more like. I know this is kind of dark. It's going to lighten up in a little bit because I'm out in the rain trying to find wolves, I think. But this is Medieval Dynasty New Settlement. And it is what I thought VR games would be. Let me see if I can... Oh, shoot. I did the wrong thing. Did I? Oh, no. What did I do? Yeah, I did it. Sorry, I messed up. Let me add it back in. I removed it. No, that's not it. Can't believe I did that. Go back and look here. 1200. I think this is it. Alright, and then we just have to make it big. And then... Yeah, I think the next time I will just edit some videos together so we could go over this.
And my gear. $102, 100.
Okay.
Gaming.
Take two. We are now going into my other game that I really, really love, and it's called Medieval Dynasty New Settlement. And it is what I thought a lot of VR games would be, as opposed to just fighting and shooting, you know, and competing. This is actually a simulation of creating your own new settlement in medieval times, and it's really fascinating. I am enjoying it a lot. It's a resource management game. It's also a survival game. It's a lot like Green Hill VR in that you have to keep track of your health and your water and your food to stay alive, but at the same time you're managing a lot of resources, and you get to build a farm, and you get to create buildings and put up decorations, and you get married, and that's where the dynasty part comes in, because you are trying to create a dynasty, so you do have to have a child. And it is let's see, what am I doing here? Maybe I do need to go forward a little bit. Let me go forward to try to get to a part where it's a little bit clearer and not as dark. Okay, here we go. So, as you can see, I am also a farmer, and I have just harvested some carrots and beets, and I'm putting them away in a chest, and I am allocating workers to work on my farm. This game is so much fun, but there's no competition. This is a solo game, which I didn't think I would enjoy, but my biggest enjoyment is if you look around, I have built all of this. I have built, this is my land, these are my fields. I have people who have been working on the farm and gathering, who have been farming and planting for me. I have trees. As we're walking through now, these are walls I've built. I'm also there's also quests that I have to do, which is interesting. And I have designed these fences. So you start off with a blank canvas or woods that you have to chop down trees. These are houses and flowers that I put out. These are my resources. This is where I feed my workers. And I really hope that I'm kind of putting across to you what this game is about, because it is a lot of fun. I just checked my my health to make sure I wasn't hungry or needed water. As you walk around, you're going to see people. These are my workers. And these are different buildings, and so it's like the little games we used to play back in the day, where you had to put in a building that would create fighters, and you had to send people out to get wood. Well, this is what we're doing here. I am getting ready to. In this case, I have to make some potion bottles, because you're going to need potions to make sure to heal yourself. And there's also, in this particular case, I'm satisfying a quest to give this guy 9 potion bottles. So I have gathered up, I've gathered up clay, and I'm putting wood in to bake the clay. I gathered clay and reeds so that I could make these potion bottles. And this seems very silly, but it's very relaxing. If you look at me in the upper corner here, you can see that I'm actually doing the motions that is associated with the act that you're seeing in the game. And it's very satisfying to go and gather up the things you need, find the proper plans to make these, and you do have to go through steps to learn each of these little missions that you do. And I am having so much fun in this game. They add more every so often. They recently added a portion of the game where you can cook for people to make money. You can go out, and when you get certain things like skins and berries, you can make things around the house. I've made curtains in my house. I've put down rugs. I've created these decorations from buffalo heads and deer skulls. And I love this game. I find it what I wanted in a virtual reality game. They're going to come out with co-op soon. And one of the other things they're adding is the ability, they're going to add bees and beehive, and you're going to have honey, so you're going to have different recipes. And right now I'm just making these bottles so I can put them in the baking thing for to make oh, and I just got a little notion that said I'm thirsty, so I have to watch on my hand my water level. I keep water in my backpack for me to drink. So this is Medieval Dynasty. It's a simulation, and I really enjoy it. A lot of people have played it and gotten through it very quick, gotten to the end, or gotten a lot of resources, but they add different things that you can do, and it's just a nice place to be. I love walking around my farm. At night, I actually light all the torches, and the view at night is so amazingly beautiful. Let me see if I can get to the night view where I've lit my torches. And I spend a few hours in there. Let me see, where are we now? Again, next time I promise I'll have an edited video in the background, so I'm not just hopping through.
Can't wait till we get these lights.
I'm in town now. Let's go a little bit
sound
further up. So this is Medieval Dynasty. It's, you know, if you've ever seen the movie The 13th Floor, the whole idea then was to be living in a simulation, and you would be interacting with the people in that simulation, and just there was no point, there was no way, no worrying about you know, fighting or you know, doing all the things we have learned to do in a game. It was just fun. Just experiencing a different world than the world that you lived in. And I'm hoping with the advent of AI that we're going to have more of that type of thing from like the 13th floor. If you've seen the 13th floor, let me know in the comments what you think of it, or send me an email at ctrlaltwow@gmail.com to tell me how you think. I'm looking at my information book. I have 19 workers that I have to keep busy and make sure they have enough resources to do the things that they do to provide me with things. So there is so much to do in VR. And I'm glad that I've gotten to the point where I can wear my headset and I can have fun. And I am enjoying VR tremendously. I am, okay, so now here we are. I am in my little settlement, and I am doing one of the things there's nothing that I gain from this other than the aesthetics. I am going around to all of my torches and I'm lighting them up so that I can look at them and see the beauty of having my settlement lit. It's just a simple pleasure. It's a simple fun thing. Looking at my trees that I've created, my walls, my fences, all my different buildings. Now, and the thing is that if you play, your experience is going to be completely different because you're going to be building or placing stuff based on your personal preference, and it's going to be a unique experience for you. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed my commentary on what I've been doing in VR. Tell me what you think. What did you expect to get out of VR if you play VR? If you don't, if you're not in VR at all, what are some of the things that is prohibiting you? Is it the cost of the headset? I mean, right now you need at least, it's going to be at least $200 or $300 to get into VR, just to start with the headset. And of course, like I said, to make it easier or comfortable for me, I had to add this head strap, which this was, well, actually, I think I got it on sale for like $50. But even that, for some people, might not be an attainable goal. But again, when I started playing World of Warcraft, I had to have a computer. Fortunately, they were both Mac and VR, which was nice. And I had to have a computer to play with. And I had to pay a subscription. So there's always a cost barrier for getting into any kind of a video game experience. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna again I really want to get to the point where you can see how beautiful everything looks. I'm going around to the different buildings on my settlement. As you can see, I have a large settlement, and I'm lighting each one. It's just a thing of beauty. I know it's a simple thing, but I love the fact that I feel like I'm in this world, and then I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done, we turn around, we're gonna look back, and you'll be able to see how beautiful. Now, for those of you that don't know, while I'm walking, I'm actually using my thumbstick on my left controller to move me around. It's this button here. But sometimes, oh, here I am collecting clay, because I needed clay to make those, remember those potion pots I made? So it's a resource collecting place. There's a little bridge on my property. Now look, I'm so excited to show this part to you, because this is just something I love to do that gives me a dopamine fix. Look around, look. There are all my little worker houses. Now I set my worker houses around the lake, so it looks like a little camp place. And when after I light everything up, I think I'm lighting another one. Am I lighting another one? Yeah. Hopefully I'll look around. Look, there's rabbits. I do not kill the rabbits because but look how beautiful that is. Look how wonderful and cozy. This is my settlement. This is my land. Those are my livestock area. This is my home. And I just love, love, love the way it looks. I think I realized I wanted more lights, and I went to go and build some more lights. But let's move on to the other thing that I've been doing in VR, and let's see if I can find that one. Well, look how pretty that is. So the other thing that I've been doing in VR is I've been working out. Let me see if I can find a good workout video. Okay, that's not it. So I have 3 different games or experience, as you would call it, that I work out in. The first one is FitXR, and it is a it was BoxXR when I first got it, and it was a one-time game. It was just a boxing game. They rebranded themselves, and they made themselves into a total fitness that is just amazing. Okay, so here we go.
Now we're going to turn that into a side reach.
All right, we're back in 3, 2, 1.
This is a great opportunity to lengthen your shoulders and back.
And this is the other thing that I have been doing in virtual reality that I absolutely
From there, we're going to go to a cactus reach to the right.
and love.
And to
and
the left.
It is exercising. Now,
And
this
the
is
right.
a warm-up I do.
And the left.
Every morning.
You're gonna love this next
and this is
one.
Fit.
They're called hip openers.
FitXR.
These are class favorite.
So I
Lift your right
put on
leg
my
first.
headset. I put on my weights. If you look at me right here, I am wearing weights on my wrists and on my ankles. You can see that I am moving. This guy I really love. He is.
Next up, squat to calf raises. Lift onto your heels and warm up all the way to your calves.
He has me moving. He has me. Actually, the warm up is
now
great.
I want you to give me some
this
half
part
jacks.
here that we're doing now, I'm not too good with the jumping jacks. These are half jacks, step out jacks. And then at one point he says, let's bump it up and do
feel your body loosen up and work through this.
Jumping jacks, full jumping jacks, but I can't. I just still do the half jacks. And I actually feel warmed up when he's done. And then
There
we
you
move
go.
on to some other
I feel like we can take
physical
this up a
exercises.
level. So let's make this a
And
full jumping jack.
I feel
Go!
I'm sweating, I'm moving. Well, this is the warm up. Now he's doing
Remember,
the jumping jacks.
do what
I'm
you
like,
can do,
no, I'm going to
and
do
don't
the
do what
step
you
ups.
can't do.
Now
So
I'm
if you
going
don't
to
wanna
move up
jump,
a little
it's
bit
okay. Stay with the half
further.
jack. It's all good. Now let's
And
jog
this,
it out.
so you can see the other activities that we do.
That's my right.
This one is a squat
My right. Leg weight.
and moving over. You have to punch the little, they call them cues.
Time to dig
But
deep.
as you can see, look at me moving. I am getting down and moving up and down. It's very strenuous. It's very, you feel like you have to push.
I know you got
And
sweat in your eyes.
every time I do this, I try to
Keep
exceed
moving.
the my last total. And this is just one of the several things we do in this workout, and it's to get you moving. Oh, and I got to the end. Let me go back just a tiny bit so you can see the other things that he does. How far back am I? I'm back at the warm up. Come on. Oh, hopefully. Okay, this is the other one where I am moving to hit these cues. I am engaging my whole body, as you can see. The instructor is giving me encouragement. And now we're starting another one. This is a side shift one. This one really gets me going, and I really love these movements. I think that VR, especially with the headset that I'm using, this is perfect for virtual reality. And I have a gym. I have an instructor. I have a trainer. I have a personal trainer right in the room with me. Now we're going to move on to another setup I do with Light Sport. So this is Fit XR. Yeah, settings, okay. And now we're going to go into Light Sport. This is a mixed reality, and this is with weights. Now you can see, I can see the trainer in front of me, and one of the things that's really nice about my particular setup is I have this wall of mirrors here, so I can also see my body behind her. Now she is going to, we're going to be doing, so we're doing deadlifts, and I am doing them with her. And as you can see, me right here, that I am working in rhythm. I am getting out. I am exercising with a trainer in VR. And I really like this particular one. It is a subscription base. I'm paying $8.99 a month. I think I might go ahead and pay for the year because I really like this. Look at this. She's got me doing all these different motions. And if we go forward just a tiny bit, I'm on the floor. I'm doing these workouts on the floor with her. So this is the leg lifts. Not as good as she does them. I can look over at her. It's funny because I expect to see her in this mirror, but she's not actually there. And then I can look over at, we're doing the sit-ups. I think I do at one point look over at her. Hopefully you can see that I'm doing the sit-ups with her. And it is so good and so intense. Now we're doing bridges, the weights. So she is really good. And then I don't know if I do it here, but there's a couple of more instructors that I work with. Okay, now I'm with the boxing instructor, and he's got us warming up. This is GW, and he is fantastic. As you can see, I'm moving, I'm exercising. This is the warm-up. And I feel like he's in the living room with me. He does a good job getting me nice and warm. And then we're going to be doing the boxing, which is basically kind of like hitting the mitts. And he is really good at handing out the instructions. We're going to transition from just one. I would play the sound here, but they also have music playing in the background. That'll give me a copyright. But if you look at me right here, I am really feeling it. Let me go forward just a tiny bit. Here I'm doing uppercuts. Doc, he's got me moving. I am sweating at this point. And it feels really, really good. The punching, the movements. And I'm getting coaching on boxing in VR. Now I'm going to go just a little bit further. And he really pushes you, and then he does a just want to show one more of the boxing, and then he does a really good cool down. So I feel like I'm really hitting. I get a feedback when I hit. And I am definitely sweating at this point. And of course they give you little celebrations for when you do so many. So it kind of gets you in the game and keeps you going. So that was GW. Now do I do another one? Because there's another one I do sometimes. I don't know. Oh, no, that was today. So, oh yeah, I do. I do one more. I like to do this one more setup. Let's go. And this one, oh, shoot. Did I pass it? I thought I did one more. No, I guess I didn't. All right. Huh. I thought I did today. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong time. Okay, so now I'm back in my little home. And I'm going to show you one more thing that I do. Hold on 1 second. We're going to transfer over to one more game, one more exercise thing, and that's the elliptical. I love this part of VR so much. I have a Nordic Track Free Strider I always say it wrong. Nordic Track Free Strider Trainer F5SI or FSFI, and it's a gym. You can see it behind me in this bit, and I am on. I'm getting on the. I'm setting it up, and now I'm going to show you the video that of me on that. I'm not going to show a lot, but it's just me riding through here we go. Put this down. We're doing it live, folks.
I was just about here. Great. I'm Billy D. Now go forward and do your best. I'll see you soon.
I think I added the wrong one. You okay, Pumpy?
Hey.
Okay, got it. This is the right one. Alright, so as you can see, I'm loading up HoloFit in the background. And this is my third piece of my exercising in VR. And if anyone here has tried this, let me know. Because this is one of my favorite things to do in VR. And okay, so I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. I have to see the beginning of it. So I have my headset on. I have my Nordic Track elliptical, and see, I'm gonna move out of the way. Huh? What's going on? Huh? That's not good. Oh. Did I go too far? What did I do?
You can't
okay,
stop
here
me.
we go.
I shall donkify this
So,
entire city
let me
to
move
my
this
liking.
way.
Not if we stop you.
Watch me and weep.
Take me out for just a second so you can see. So I am on the elliptical, and then you can hear the sound of it right now. I'm on the elliptical. I am synced. Turn the sound down just a tiny bit. So I am synced to my headset, and as I am moving through the moving on my elliptical, I'm moving through this environment. And this is currently a representation of New York City. And again, like all the other really cool VR experiences, I feel like I'm in this virtual, in this instance, I'm looking around, and what it does is, while I'm working out, I'm distracted from the exercise I'm doing by this environment that I'm in. And I have the VR cover so that it absorbs the sweat, because I am sweating at this point. And as you can see, there's different ways to go. I'm choosing a way that's called it's called the Wall Street kind, because I'm in New York. So and there's supposed to be this alien invasion. So there's this whole routine going on, this whole script playing out that allows me to distract myself. I'm going to move over this way. It allows me to distract myself enough so that I am immersed in the scenery and I'm immersed in the game mode. One of the game modes is that you're collecting these trophies that you see, and you do it by looking at it, and then you have like this little counter, shows you how many trophies you've collected. And I'm down in Wall Street, I'm in New York, and I'm looking around, and it feels like it's immersive, and it's a lot of fun, and it's one of the things I do for my exercise. It's called HoloFit. I'll put a link in the show notes and down below. So I hope you've enjoyed my little journey. And my week of what I've been doing in virtual reality. I have so much fun, and I'm very, very fortunate that I get to have this technology. And it's interesting because I am retired, and it is a way of me to enjoy myself and have interactions. When I go into Zenith and when I go into Medieval Dynasty, I'm actually interacting with people. In Zenith, there's actual people there. In Medieval Dynasty New Settlement, they don't have co-op just yet, but I have a friend who is playing the game at the same time, and we get on the Meta voice chat, and we talk to each other while we're playing, and we exchange ideas, and we share our what we've learned and tips. There's a little interplay going on in the background in this, and it just adds a little bit to the whole routine so that I am distracted while I'm exercising in VR. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to do the spiel. I'm trying something new. If you've been with me in the last, I started in 2006. So it's been 18 years. It'll be coming up on 18 years that I've been doing Ctrl Alt WoW. I am fortunate that I had the time with the people that I shared this with, but I had to move on to virtual reality, and I'm fortunate that I'm enjoying this, and I hope that you will join me on my virtual reality journey. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, do the thing if you feel like it. I'm just doing this for my own fun, and also to preserve these memories for me when I am old and, I guess I can't say gray, because I'm not gonna be gray, hopefully. This is AprilPvd for Ctrl Alt WoW, for virtual reality, for enjoying your life, and for retirement. I hope to see you in another reality. You can write me at CtrlAltWow.com. CtrlAltWow@gmail.com. I'm sorry. CtrlAltWow@gmail.com. You can find the show notes at CtrlAltWow.com, which forwards to CtrlAltWow.blogspot.com. I'm also on YouTube as AprilPvd, and I'm on YouTube on my own little private site at that AprilPvd, and I stream on Twitch on AprilPvd and AprilPvD VR. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know why in the comments below. I hope that you will like, comment, subscribe, and share. This has been Ctrl Alt WoW. You can write me at CtrlAltWow@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at Ctrl Alt WoW. And you can find me on Instagram at AprilPvd. Find me on twitch.tv /AprilPvd for live streams. And I hope to see you in your reality.